My wifey's got sexy pants that are,
Hey, don't show my sexy pants.
Oh, too late. Pajama pants.
Leave my pajama pants alone.
She's been helping me all day. We've been doing lots of, like, the whole living room's a mess. Look, giant box. There's Ginger, there's Tarzan, rats. But what you don't see is one over there. Nope. We don't have the two enclosures that were over there. That was Feisty that was sitting right there, but it was a different thing that he was on. And to the left of him was the baby turtles. Well, guess what? I know you love these sound effects.
What's
You're fired. Anyway, so Wifey and I are super tired. It's like some crazy hour of the morning right now. We just put up these shelving units, and these are like husky 90 inches, which is 7 feet I think, by 90 inches by 2 foot deep. And we're labeling and putting up the light enclosures and still got some more work to do. Obviously lighting down there. We got some trims there. Yep, technical terms. This is going to be the reptile wall, and it's really cool. That's where the streaming thing's at. It's the computer. Anyway, I'm too tired to keep this going. I was so excited because I stood up and I was just looking at it. I'm like, this is awesome. This is so cool. But I am like ready to fall into the bed.
I am missing a red light.
A red light?
A red light.
Oh, well, the one in the infrared.
Oh, it's this one.
Wait, you have an infrared here? You don't need an infrared on these guys. Yeah, no, you can take that infrared down and put an actual, what is that? That's UVB? The first one right there?
This one?
Yeah, that's UVB, right?
This is the...
That's heat and UVB.
No, that's heat, and that's the infrared.
Well, that infrared is basking light, so that's night basking light. You
so
can
they
take that
got
off.
two basking lights
Yeah,
then.
exactly. So when you take the infrared off of that, because that's going to go down here for the leopard gecko.
Is that what they need?
Yeah. Well, they don't need, honestly, but it helps a lot. Because that's a frog.
Well, I can put the infrared then. Because I need to change the bulb. Because I'm definitely not changing the light. Because I already labeled it.
Okay, that's fine. Just change the bulb later. After it cools off. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Okay, anyway, I'm going to shut this thing down. Oop, a moment's falling over. We're really wore out.
Can you get me one of the lights up there from Chewy?
Chewy!
I thought you were going to make a Chewbacca sound.
It's not even that good. Alright, I'm shutting it down. We'll do some more recording later.
Okay.
That's enough. Cut that out. Nope, cut that out. You're fired, remember?
It's okay.
Sexy butt.
You can't fire me anyway. You can't afford it.
That's the other side. You guys aren't allowed to see the other side.
You can't afford it. You can't afford to fire
Bye.
me. Think about this.
Back into the beard with you.
No, think about this.
Don't stop me.
Think about this. You fire me.
Excuse me?
You fire me. This is how you look at video games. It's very logic. you only see your arms. No.
You're delirious, okay?
Shut up. Okay.
Go home, Yada. You're drunk.
You can't afford to fire me.
You're right.
Because if he fires me, he's going to have to do all this by his lonesome. And that's just too much weight on his mind.
Back into the beard with you.
I got to show you guys. No, get away.
Sean, stop
I
doing
got to show you this dingle dog here.
Oh, he figured it out.
Oh, now that I turned the camera on, huh?
What? I'm telling you, it's because the sides were the same color as the mealworm.
I'm not stupid. I can do this. Oh,
goodness.
Mommy, you're a dingo dog too. You say I'm...
You know, he could probably use a couple more if you wanted to get a couple more even.
A couple more? Here, hold this.
Okay.
Don't film me.
So see if he'll go and... He went around and attacked the side of that plate because it's the same color as the mealworms. Hang on, let me see if I can... It's better lighting, I imagine, from this angle. If I can find where he's at again.
He's such a dingle dog. I can't believe he wanna attack that plate.
He did. He so attacked the plate.
He's like, what do you win? It's like manna falling from the sky. No more. No more.
Give him one more. He's still searching.
Really? Okay, you can choose one. Right here. This one. Now you can give it to him. Careful not to burn yourself. Oh, he's smart. That's how he sounds too. Oh, he's smart.
Well, once he figured out that the plate wasn't the food, and the food was in the plate, it's ironic because it's actually a really fine china. Our animals eat off of like fine china, my boys. Oops. Fine china. That's actual gold filament in the painted into the dish and all that jazz.
Grandma would be not happy.
She probably would be happy actually, because she was happy just she's like, if you don't take that out of the camera, we've told you before not to do that.
Okay, I'll not do it.
Everybody's seen your silly hamster 1,400 times in every video.
He's just excited because he got this.
I know, but it's so annoying. Here's his hamster again, everybody, just so you've seen it for the umpteenth time. Anyway. Grandma would probably actually be perfectly fine and happy. Who?
Him. Now he's Peter Lunk.
Peter Lunk? Because of how derpy he was when he went to eat?
Yeah.
But anyway, Grandma would probably actually be really happy about those being used, because her big thing was, as long as they're used, because she spent good money and la-da-da-da-da because she used the plates, and no one ever used those tiny little plates anyway.
I'm laughing because you said Peter Lunk.
Lunk. Peter Lunk.
Hey!
The baby turpins.
This my good side, he says. This my good side.
He's doing it again. He just attacked this side of the plate. He's like, oh, you know what? That might not be food. He just went and did it again. Okay, no, he figured it out now.
He doesn't want to be.
Hang on, I want to see if he's still derpy enough to follow this. Hang on.
The burpee. The burpee. Derpy. The burpee.
He's like, now I'm resting my belly now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm on my heating rock. Bean. No, he speaks like this. I'm on my heating rock. Doing long stuff.
He doesn't even care about it. Oh, he's looking up at it. No, he's looking up at it.
He's like, I know where that comes from.
Peter Lunk. Peter Lunk. Peter Lunk. Peter Lunk. Peter Lunk.
Yeah, no, you can see he's got his belly all spread out and he's doing the forward dog or whatever. He's also shedding, so he doesn't look great right now. You can see all that shed coming off of his back right now. He's already shed his tail, that's why it's so much lighter in color. And he shed...
I lost focus.
He shed, I think his front 2 limbs, but his back 2 limbs has still got a shed.
Oh,
he shed part of his back. He's a pretty boy for a plain beauty.
I'll make my finger anything.
I'm about to drop the worms.
Yeah, I've already done that once. You remember? When we went to go give that copperhead snake away?
Yeah, drop the
Oh, look at the spotted turtle. It's such a beautiful turtle. Just looking straight over here at us, too. It's actually an endangered species of turtle. I'm hoping I can get it a mate to kind of help with conservation and whatnot. But such a cool...
With what? You need another one to
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm hoping I can find a mate, but it was such a stroke of luck to find him.
And you never
And that's as big as they get, too. It's sort of like
you never seen a roach.
What did we say about it? Stop. grabbing your toys and shoving them in the middle of the
He
camera.
just wants to show his stuff.
Show your roach so they can see it. Not so
Back away,
close.
like this. There you go.
You need to stop doing that while we're trying to film stuff. You don't need to grab the nearest toy you have and shove it into the lens of the camera. Okay? No more of that.
It's like stars.
Take a look at the frog on the left.
I think her name should be Constellation.
I was thinking Spot.
Woof, woof.
I mean, it's a spotted turtle, so... Spot! So original, I know.
Okay.
Did you brush your teeth yet? No, did
And
you?
you can be Chancho.
Chancho? That's the name of that one chick's blue tongue skink.
I don't know, but you can be Chancho. You look like a
I
Chancho.
brush my teeth.
Oh no, stop with the screaming. I cannot, my ears cannot just take that.
Mommy has had no screaming.
This snake, it is so fat.
It's not fat, it's up against
Look
that
at
one
this.
edge.
Okay, fine. This snake is so thick. So thick.
So,
That you can see her.
She lifted
Hey, look
up
at
her
this.
rock. I think what she was doing is because that's, the heat lamps are on that side, so the heat is
She's like, I'm trying to get my tail out here
No, she's trying
to get some heat.
most
I'm
of the
so
heat is on that side of the
thick.
rock, so she's like pushing up against it, and by that, it's such a light rock compared to how strong she is that she just shoves the rock.
She's thick.
Yeah, she's a little thick for that rock. Anyway,
and I am too thick.
I think you and I need to get back to work because we got that realtor coming tomorrow morning. So
It is a mess. We are
Yeah.
working on to moving stuff. We're gonna put some shelves back
we're
there.
looking at hopefully
We're
upgrading our
probably
living
gonna-
space.
We're probably gonna move that painting out of the way so we
Yeah.
don't have to do it later. And
I don't know where to put it. It's such a gorgeous painting. I don't want to.
we'll figure after moving stuff. And our mess right now, this living room is chaos, and it's driving me
Pure
insane
chaos.
because we got boxes over here
It's
that are
literally-
taking most of our walkway.
Have you guys ever seen that show Total Wipeout with the big red balls? I feel like traversing our house right now is like doing the Total Wipeout obstacle course, right? You're like bending around corners and doing hopscotch over boxes to get into any other room or whatever.
Especially if you're moving stuff around.
Right?
Anyway, everything needs to get off the shelves and into bins. And then we're gonna move those things back there out.
Such a total mess.
And then move things back there in.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's, you put the thingy out, and then you put the other thingy in, and then you did a really great description on the camera
And
for
shake your
YouTube.
booty and shake your big tummy. And the
Hey, don't be talking about shaking daddy's big tummy off. Boom! Boom! My big tummy.
Okay, fine. You put your butt in, you put your butt out, you put your butt in.
Oh,
and you
DiCaprio's
shake it
wanting
all
to get in on
about.
this. You see he's coming out now. He's all like, what? What's this about shaking butts? And I'll see his head poke out. Is the blue tongue skink's
You
head
do
still poking
the
out?
you do the gecko pokey and you turn your gecko around.
No, I think the
Hold
blue
on.
tongue skink is actually in the thing now.
You do the gecko pokey and you turn your gecko around.
Come on, DiCaprio. He's like, what? What's going on?
That's what it's all about.
What is that?
He's like, what's going on here? I don't want no part of this. I'm just trying to enjoy my wet,
Humid hide.
whatever you want to
It is
call it.
about time for him to shed again.
They're both in. The other one's
Yep.
also in there.
They both shed at the same time.
Look.
You remember?
He's right here. He's just like,
That's Da Vinci.
what ifs? I don't... Get off my lawn! That's what he's saying.
Both DiCaprio and Da Vinci are both healthy, eating well, and well-adjusted.
Ah! You nearly make me fall! Quit it.
There is no punch bug. Here, you cut that out.
Every nipple pinch if you keep it up.
We're going to be rehoming DiCaprio and Da Vinci at some point or another. They're both healthy and well adjusted, eating well. So, if anyone who ever sees this video, if I ever get it out, wants a couple of beautiful male, ornate leopard geckos. Geez, Tarzan wants to come out again. He just spent the last hour and a half out with us, and then nearly pooped on my chest, which I am not a big fan of. It's a yucky thing. And then now he wants to come right back out again. Anyway, we're not going to be rehoming Tarzan because someone, Wifie, has claimed Tarzan for her own. She's even decided, and this is the first time she's got this attached to a reptile, that when I was putting this all together, I'm like, we're going to put Tarzan here, this, that, da, 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 da. I'm like pointing out where we're going to put all the cages. And you'll see Tarzan, show him off. He's still sitting right, Tarzan, not Sean. He's still sitting right over there. He's got his lamps and everything, but he's still sitting in the original spot where he was because Wifey's like, he's going on the bottom of my shelf. That way I can just reach over anytime I'm doing schoolwork or whatever and grab him up and, and we can chill out together.
He wants to come out and hang out and eat.
He wants to come out again right now.
Notepads and pencils and erasers. He likes that.
But yeah, that's Tarzan. And
he's trying to escape.
He's become yet another personal critter. Some of these are going to be up for rehoming. Eventually, I'm hoping to rehome the blue-tongued skink, but someone just gave the blue-tongued skink to us. In fact, you'll see that enclosure is very plain looking right now because...
Yeah, we're cleaning everything out and getting new things in.
Well, yeah, no, the reason why we did that is the original enclosure looked like it. I mean, it was a pretty good setup. But all the foliage and whatnot that was in it, the faux foliage is sitting in the tub with some bleach and water. Sean, cut that out now. Sitting in the tub with some bleach and water to make sure it gets sterilized and uninfested. We heat treated the wood already, so it's good. And we had to clean the enclosure and everything else.
What?
No, she was making sure the dog didn't eat them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pointing you to pick it up.
Anyway, he had in addition to potential respiratory distress, which I'm going to be looking at a little bit more, because I noticed he coughed, which is not common for a blue-tongued skink. At first I thought he was hissing, but it was more like a hiss to kind of catch his breath, and then he blew a bubble, which again is not very good. It means there may be liquid in his lungs, so I need to do some checking up with him. May have to take him to a vet for an x-ray to see if there's how bad the liquid's in his lung. If there is liquid in his lungs, actually, I think it's a girl, but they're so difficult to sex that I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, not up for rehoming for a while yet. Came with a mite infestation, possible respiratory issues. Very well fed, but
might be too much humidity.
Yeah, could very well be. They had a fogger, and I mean they do need high humidity, like 60 to 80%.
Yeah, but it's already a very humid state that we live in.
Yeah, exactly. The natural humidity here gets up to 80% very commonly, and they had foggers running, and part of the enclosure was, I guess, enclosed. It sounds weird, but further enclosed, like taped over or whatever to seal humidity in and everything, and I mean, it was in a humid room to begin with. Point is, very humid situation going on there to the point of condensation and fog and everything. I'll have to check and see, keep an eye on the blue-tongued skink. His name is Lucky. His name, I think it's a her, name is Lucky. The original owner actually ended up buying a blue-tongued skink from a Repticon, and they didn't know it, but it was a female they had, and then all of a sudden they had 2 more baby skinks in the enclosure. They have no idea where they came from. This is the story from them, so grain of salt, everything, la da da da. I'm literally just regurgitating the exact story. Hang on, Daddy's talking. The exact story that they told me. Then all of a sudden there were 2 more skinks in the enclosure, and then the mama died almost immediately afterwards. So it's named Lucky because it survived, and it was a baby from that mama that they bought, and they ended up giving the other one away to a friend or some jazz, la da da da. Anyway, seemed healthy at first until I noticed the huge mite infestation was very bad. Thankfully, it's not a reptile mite. They look like soil mites, but still infestation of mites. I'm not going to have that in my house. And potential respiratory distress. Eventually, if we can get him healthy, him or her, I think it's a her, but I'm not sure. then she'll be up for rehoming too. So anyway, that's pretty much it. This is the Reptile Rex. La-da-da.
Back into the hole.
Sleepy dog. Sleepy dog. Sleepy dog almost too tired to wag. Well, I realized I never finished doing an update on the reptile wall, or at least I needed to finish doing an update. And these are down here right now. These are the, that's a culture that's being refined, and I wish I had better filters. Beetle culture, darkling beetles and mealworms, and some dead beetles in need of refinement, and mealworm colony. Anyway, we're working on it. It just takes a while. They go up there when it's all said and done. You can see like 2 of the 3 lids are already up there. I think the 3rd one's up there, but anyway, that's where they go. Giving you guys an update on the reptile wall, since in a slightly more finished state. Bunch of storage, Yachty's office supplies, an unused bow front for right now. PETA's in here. Where's PETA? There's PETA. Hello, PETA. And there's not Jane. Candy is in her hide. You can barely see her little snoot. Candy snoot. She just went through shed, so she's looking real pretty right now. But she doesn't want to be seen. Fire skinks are over here. And there's Nagiri. Oop, charged battery pack. It might die soon. If it does, I'll just start it back up. And there's Klaus. Mine Klaus. Somewhere in there. I don't know if you can see him. I don't see him. Where is he? Oh, Klaus. Oh, there he is. I'll be able to get the camera on him without moving this heat lamp. Anyway, Klaus is in there. He's the pinstripe. And here's Aries. He looks like he's ready and waiting. He often comes out in periscopes right outside of there, just sticking his head right outside and sticking it way up. Let's see. I need to get him some more water. Oh. My Sean's critter cage. My son's critter cages. We got Da Vinci right down here. And DeCap. Oh, I knew the power would go out. Anyway, we're back with a new battery. Charged battery pack? No. Okay, no, this is the battery pack it can't communicate with. It has no idea how much charge it has. But I know we got less than 12 minutes left of memory card. Oh, now it just went up to 16 minutes. Boy, that's weird. Oh, whatever. 12 to 16 minutes of memory card. So this won't be too much longer on the recording. Over here is Andy. And we got a video coming out on Andy soon. Trademarked. She is hiding in her little hide right now. It's super dark over here right now because some of the lights are off on this side. We're doing it in waves, so that way, you know, certain lights are off and then certain lights are on. Just to hope, you know, hopefully keep the temperature on point. Because when they're all on all the time during the hot part of the day, then it gets real hot. Feisty's in his hide probably right now. No one's in that cage right now, or that cage right now. Those are the wax worms and a backup mealworm colony in case something ever goes wrong with all my others. And Tego has made a mess, and it looks like he is under the paper again. Just put in new paper, and he left a big old turd and messed with his water and made a big mess. So much like Tego. But he did eat his salad, looks like. And knocked some of it out and ate the rest, I guess. Anyway, here's Lucky, and he's actually out rummaging on his salad and taking a look at things. He's a big old beautiful blue tongue. And Tarzan, we just did a video update on him that was late but great and old but gold. He's late lounging about. We got the turtles, the babies, and the spotted turtle. And a stink pot turtle somewhere. Where is the stink pot? Oh, there it is in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. That's a terrapin. Move, I'm trying to show the musk turtle. It's like, no, you want to see me, obviously. Is it food time? Time for food? You can sort of see the stink pot turtle in the back there. So the terrapin is obviously the star of the show. Here's Center Ropes. And she left a nice big turd for me. And there's Ginger, who is probably hiding and sleeping under her hide. Anywho, and there's more storage and light fixtures and all sorts of animal supplies, unused terrarium, butterflies, la-da-da-da-da. So that's the update. Oh, and then there's this stuff over here. Some of those are quarantine cases, but there's nothing in those right now. We moved the rats out of this room into a rat room. In fact, I'll go ahead and show that off real quick. Be glad you guys don't have smell-o-vision, because if you guys keep rodents, then you know, this kind of goes without saying, rodents come with their own odor. So here's my actual quarantine spot. There was a red-tailed boa in there. He's coming back on Friday, so I can take a look at him. Here's the fun and playful play rats, and here's the rat rack with the other rats, and there's the mean rat, allegedly. She's not mean to us or to people, but she lives in here. Anywho, we keep her solitary. So here's where the rats have gone, so that way we're not walking by a bunch of rat poop every time we walk through the living room, because as much as I love them, they do lots of poo. This was cleaned yesterday. Can you see all the mess and all the poo? Look at them. They're like, yes, we claim this. This is ours. All of this. Anyway, so that's the reptile room and rat room and kind of the update on both. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this kind of nonsense, YouTube's probably put my face in one of the corners or whatever. You can click on that. That almost looks like to me, maybe I'm crazy. From back here, it looks like an eyeball on either side and like a face. I've always been able to see faces in, speaking of faces, always been able to see faces in inanimate objects. It's the weirdest thing. When I was a kid, it used to creep me out. Like almost every car has a face. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. Maybe I'm just the one weirdo. Anyway, my face is probably in one of the corners of the YouTube video right now. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, hey, feel free to click on it, subscribe, all that jazz. Or don't, that's up to you guys. Nobody owns you. But here's the updates as far as the, reptile room and the rat room go. Bye!